Nintendo keeps changing my plans. Hello again to anyone who accidentally clicked on this video, and as you now know, as we all know, Wave 6 of Mario Kart 8's Booster Course Pass DLC is coming out next week, next Thursday on November 9th. See, the thing is, this kind of throws a wrench into, like, the plans that I had. Now, I don't think I've ever officially announced this on the channel. I talked to a couple people about this in some comment sections, and in my last post on the community tab about my November schedule, I talked a little bit about this coming up. But what I was going to do was this thing called Mario Kart Week. Basically, I was going to play like every Mario Kart track from every game for a week straight leading up to the final DLC. So on day 1 it would have been SNES, day 2 would have been Mario Kart 64, Mario Kart Game Boy, and so on and so forth until the last day, Mario Kart 8, in which I play all of Mario Kart 8's tracks in one video, including the DLC, ending with the new DLC that would have just dropped that day. And I was totally anticipating this to be like in December, because last year Wave 3 came out in December. So Nintendo just coming out and announcing, oh, it's going to be November 9th, that's so much earlier than I thought. That's next week. I just don't have the time. I am not prepared to do Mario Kart Week right now. I was going to because I wasn't going to record these videos literally like one day after the other, because it's going to be 7 or 8 videos in a row. I was probably going to split Mario Kart 8 into 2 videos, because after the final wave, there's going to be 96 tracks in Mario Kart 8. So, like, the first Mario Kart 8 video would have just been like the non-DLC tracks, and then the next day would have been the DLC tracks. So really, it would have been 9 videos, and then over 9 days, so just over a week. And I wasn't going to film all 9 of those videos literally every day back to back, because that is a lot with my life and all the other stuff going on. I film a lot of my videos in advance anyway, right? I was going to film these videos in advance and just post them like one day after the other, but I would have had to. I just don't have time. I haven't started making these videos, and the DLC drops next Thursday, so I'm going to have to push back the Mario Kart Week. So instead of it leading up to the final wave of the DLC, I'll just give it its own dedicated week in December, instead of changing my schedule around. As I said, in the community tab, I posted a tentative November schedule. I thought maybe it was possible Nintendo would drop the DLC a little earlier, and I would have to start Mario Kart Week like in the last week of November. So it's a tentative schedule, but they were like, no, screw it. Like first week basically, like November 9th, or just the start of the second week, I guess. And I'm at the point in my semester at school where I'm getting hammered with so much like essays and papers. I got midterms, and I've got all my finals coming up next month. I'm at the busiest point right now, like in my whole semester. So I'm so busy with school too. It's just not practical for me to record all of these videos right now. So yeah, I've made the mature decision to just push that back. We're gonna give Mario Kart Week its own dedicated slot in December sometime. It's gonna be a really fun string of videos, 9 videos in a row, like one day after the other, just a ton of Mario Kart. So that should be fun. Next week I'll play Wave 6 when it drops, like I normally do. And yeah. But the other thing that this messed up was I was going to do a Mario Kart Wave 6 DLC wishlist video next week, as I've done for all of these DLCs, like Wave. I don't think I did one for Wave 1, but Wave 2, 3, 4, and 5, I made a DLC like predictions video, and I'm still gonna do that. I'm doing that today. Look, I know what you're thinking. There's a trailer of Wave 6, Mario Kart Wave 6. What's the point of doing a like wishlist video? Well, look, I had this list made before the trailer came out. One day before the trailer came out, I made my list of what would have been my Mario Kart Wave 6 like wishlist tracks. So I'm going to, based off of that list, those are the tracks I'm going to play today. And I've done this for all other waves of the DLC. This isn't the first time that I've planned this video or have made a list of the DLC tracks that I want to see. And then Nintendo drops, like I think this happened in Wave, I think it was Wave 3 last year. I recorded the video, but before it was uploaded, Nintendo dropped the actual trailer for Wave 3, so it was like, oh man. So it was kind of funny, but Nintendo just keeps doing this to me. I think Wave 4 and 5 earlier this year, I was pretty good. I got the videos up before the actual trailer. So what I've always done with these, I call them wishlist videos, not predictions, because ever since Wave 1 of the DLC, there's been all these leaks, right? There's been the music leaks, there's been there was like a banner leak, and there was the prefix leak. There's been so many leaks about the Mario Kart Booster Course Pass. Everyone already knew, like every time there was a new DLC coming out, people already knew what the majority of the tracks were going to be. And we just got Wave 6, but people already knew a ton of the tracks that were in there. Like Mario Kart Wii was highly speculated. The tour tracks, like the Rome, like everyone, like these were in the leaks, and it's just too easy, it's too predictable. So I've never gone with the leaks. What I do for these wishlist videos is I ignore the leaks entirely. I just pick like a track from each game and kind of put it together, and just play those tracks, right? So I have one track from each game, and I've also tried to avoid tracks that I've picked in the past, right? So for example, Wario Shipyard from the 3DS, it's a great track, but I've picked that, I think that was in my Wave 2 or Wave 3 wish list, so I can't use it. Like I have to pick a new 3DS track. So based on those two rules, like I ignore the actual leaks, and then I also try to ignore tracks that I've used in my previous wishlist videos. I pick one, as I said, from each game, and so yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do today. Anyway, I've been blabbing on for long enough, 7 minutes, and I haven't even started gameplay yet. So for my wishlist video, Wave 6, it's the Acorn Cup and the Spiny Cup, and the first track of the Acorn Cup I have is SNES Mario Circuit 4. And I know we already have, is it Mario Circuit 3? Yeah. So Mario Circuit 3 is already in the Booster Course Pass. But Mario Circuit 4 has never been remade, ever. I don't know, it may have been remade in Tour. I don't remember, but I don't really count Mario Kart Tour as a mainline game. I know some people do, but it's such a different Mario Kart. When that game first came out, there was a bunch of microtransactions. It's such a different Mario Kart game. I've never really looked at it as like a mainline game in my, I don't know. I'm not a really big fan of Tour. I've said that many times on this channel. I don't like Mario Kart Tour at all. But Mario Kart Tour, they have remade a lot of tracks, so I'm not certain if they remade Mario Circuit 4 or not, but when you're looking at the mainline games, I know Mario Circuit 4 has never been remade. So to end off like the DLC, I think it'd be cool to take one of the original Mario circuits from the first game, from the SNES, and give it like a remastered version, hopefully more like updated than they did for Mario Circuit 3. Mario Circuit 3 was like not that popular. A lot of people didn't really like that much back in Wave 2. They were hoping for something more like the Donut Plains track in the base game, which is also remastered from the SNES. The SNES track is quite good looking, like just all the textures and stuff in the background, and it's just yeah, I don't know. A lot of people think it looks ugly, the Mario Circuit 3 we got in Wave 2. I mean, I guess it doesn't look awesome, but I don't know. It looks fine. I'm not too picky with the graphics. I admit that some of the Booster Course Pass tracks, the textures and details are a lot lower than the tracks in the base game. Like, I agree with a lot of people on that. Some tracks look really good and look similar to base game tracks, but not all of them. But it doesn't really bother me so much. It's more like the level design and just how fun they are. But yeah, I really hope someday. Now, as we now know, this is not in Wave 6, but in Mario Kart 9, hopefully they do Mario Circuit 4, because it's never been remade. I'm also not very good at Super Mario Circuit. It's kind of a touchy game. Okay, so for the second track I picked for the Acorn Cup is GameCube Nintendo's Mushroom Bridge. So I was kind of between this and Mushroom City, But oh no, my capture card is a little. Okay, the screen is kind of flickering a little bit, but that's not my capture card. It's my I had the same issue with my Luigi's Mansion playthrough. It's just my I have an HDMI converter for my GameCube, and sometimes it's a little sketch. Anyway, this is a track that a lot of people did predict would be in the Booster Course Pass and would be in Wave 6. I remember people were starting to talk about this track a lot back near the beginning of the year. I think in like February, March. Like it was a popular pick, popular prediction for the Booster Course Pass. But I guess it didn't get in, as we now know. So yeah, I was between this and Mushroom City. Sorry, I was just fixing the settings on my computer. But I think this track, I like the part at the end where you can go on the bridge. It's just kind of sick. So this it's a pretty fun track. Now we have so many city tracks already thanks to Tour. Mario Kart 8, the DLC has brought back every single Tour city track now, every single one. And now that we actually know what is in Wave 6 for real, well, it was no surprise that Rome would get in. And what was the other city? Rome, and then I forget the other one, but that was basically it. That's all the Tour city tracks, and Mario Kart Tour isn't getting any more any more like updates. Like they're ending support on that game, which is about time. I'm sorry for all Mario Kart Tour lovers out there, but I'm a Mario Kart Tour hater. I don't hate it, but I just don't play it. I think it's good that they're moving on from Mario Kart Tour because it means they can work on Mario Kart 9, the next actual mainline Mario Kart. Like think about it, we've been playing Mario Kart 8 since it came out on the Wii U in 2014. And we've had this DLC to kind of tie us over, but like it's the same engine, same graphics, and same sort of gameplay. Like we need an updated, you know, proper, built from the ground up Mario Kart 9. Alright, so the next track on my wish list as part of the Acorn Cup is DS Airship Fortress. And I am cheating a little bit on this one because I had to break one of my rules. I already used DS Airship Fortress in my Wave 3 wishlist video I made last year. It's just that I was running out of DS tracks to pick. You know, there was only some like boring tracks left, and I was like, man, like, I don't know, I just said screw it. Like, I think this is probably best. This is a great track, so whatever. You know what? My list, my video, I can do what I want. So DS Airship Fortress again. Now obviously, as we now know, it did not get into the Booster Course Pass, but this was part of my wish list. It's a great track. I think, you know what? I think that this will be in Mario Kart 9, probably. Because it's a great track. It's pretty cool. It's pretty iconic. A lot of people were really wanting this one. It was remade in Tour as well. Woo. Yeah, like you kind of go across like Bowser's airships. You have all these enemies throwing those wrenches at you, those moles, those fighter beams, and you got this part here, which is just sick. Where you just blast, I don't know, back into a castle or something. It's pretty cool. They've remade they've remade a lot of the DS tracks in the Booster Course Pass, right? Because they have Shroom Ridge in the first wave. Oh boy, that damn blue shell. They have Mario. They have, for some, I don't know. I still don't know why they did DS Mario Circuit in the last wave. That was a little random. And what else was there? Like on my list when I was making my wish list, the only tracks that I didn't already pick and that weren't already in this game. Like, there was a few, but it was like Yoshi Falls, and I mean, Yoshi Falls is okay, but it's kind of boring. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's a big circle. I mean, if you're a Yoshi Falls lover, hey, that's great. But it was kind of boring in the DS, and it was kind of boring on the Wii version. There was also, I think, Figure 8 Circuit, which is even more boring. The very first track in the game. But like most of the DS tracks, I think most DS tracks are in Mario Kart 8, whether it's the base game or the DLC. A lot of them are. Yeah, Cheep Cheep Beach is in the base game. Waluigi Pinball and Shroom Ridge are in the DLC. Mario Circuit's in the DLC. Tick-Tock Clock is in the base game. Wario Stadium is in the base game. And Peach Gardens was in the DLC as well. I could have picked Bowser's Castle for this wish list, but spoiler alert, I already have a Bowser's Castle coming up. I didn't want 2 Bowser Castles in one video, so I couldn't pick that. DS Rainbow Road is cool, but I already have another Rainbow Road coming up, so I couldn't pick that. DK Pass is kind of cool, but we just got DK Summit in, was it Wave 4? Wave 4 or 5, we got DK Summit. I think it was Wave 4. So that felt like way too similar, because those are both DK snow-themed tracks. And then I already used Delfino Square in another wish list. Desert Hills is kind of boring. And then yeah, Figure 8 Circuit and Yoshi Falls are kind of boring. And Luigi's Mansion is pretty good, but I think I used Luigi's Mansion in a wish list video. I think in my last one, in Wave 5. I remember playing it. Actually, I have my list here of all my stuff that I've done. Yeah, Luigi's Mansion was in my Wave 5 wish list. So anyway, that's why I went with DS Airship Fortress for a second time. Alright, and the final track of the Acorn Cup is Lakeside Park, GBA's Lakeside Park. And I'm playing this on my Wii U Virtual Console version opposed to the Nintendo Switch NSO version because I don't have the special cup unlocked on my Switch. Only on my Wii U Virtual Console version do I have the special cup unlocked in Mario Kart Super Circuit. Anyway, Lakeside Park is a very good track. It's one of my like in Super Mario Kart standards. I think it's a pretty fun Super Mario Kart or Mario Kart Super Circuit track. Oh, did I miss the jump? Does it make you go around again? That is so cruel. See, the thing is, in this track, see the volcanoes in the... What? What keeps happening? Okay, this track sucks. Well, when I'm not... Okay, why do I keep doing that? Hold on. I'm doing so terrible. You know what? Screw this. I'm restarting. I have a save point to exactly where I need to be in... Okay. Alright, we're gonna start again. So, Lakeside Park. GBA. Great track. One of my favorite GBA Mario Kart tracks. You have all of the volcanoes in the background that like shoot debris onto the track. Which is like pretty cool actually. So you're like, watch out for that. This track was remade in Tour recently. Yeah, you can see all these stuff flying onto the track. So we never ended up getting this in the Booster Course Pass. However, this is another one that I think this would be really great in... Thank God. This would be a really great track in Mario Kart 9. So I really hope we get this in Mario Kart 9 someday. With the updated graphics and updated engine of the next-gen Nintendo console. Oh yeah, and look, it kind of gets a little stormy. Like, see this guy? That volcanoes are actually erupting now. You can see that, and I think it's shooting more debris onto the track. It's such a cool idea. I think what you could do is, you know how in Mario Kart 8's version of Grumble Volcano, the track... Oh, damn it, I did it again! Okay, I'm going off the jump, but on an angle, and I'm like going backwards. You know how in Grumble Volcano? Oh no, the Wii version did this as well. Where the track like breaks like every lap. The track kind of erodes more and falls apart, and the the road gets thinner. Chunks of the track are falling into the lava. Like the map itself kind of changes, which is really cool. I think you could, if you brought this track back, like in Mario Kart 9 for example, you could kind of do the same idea, and maybe like all these the lava, maybe lava starts to flow onto the track in some sections, and maybe all of the debris and stuff coming out of the volcano can break the track in some spots, and these rocks that are falling onto the track can, like, maybe it's permanent, it stays there for all the laps. I think something like that would be really cool. Anyway, those are my first 4 picks, my Acorn Cup wish list. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, so since I normally pick one track from each game, because if I include Tour, since the Booster Course Pass does bring back a lot of Tour tracks, that works out perfectly to one track, like, per Mario Kart game, right? The 7 mainline games plus Tour. So normally I would pick a Tour track and I would play that or talk about it, because it's kind of hard to screen record that, like, on my phone and actually upload it. But I figured, since I hate Tour, screw that. I'm not going to play any Tour tracks, and we already know that all the Tour tracks are going to get into the DLC, and it did, as a matter of fact. But since the Booster Course Pass has been, like, making brand new tracks from the ground up, like we had a squeaky clean sprint in the last wave, and in wave 4 we got Yoshi's Island, right? So brand new tracks. So I thought, okay, let's just do a brand new track. Now I can't play it, but if I had to make it a new track, I mean, it could be anything. Like, you could have a track set, like, in one of Mario Odyssey's kingdoms. That'd be pretty cool, like in New Donk City or something. But for the sake of this video, I just kind of thought, why not do like a Yoshi's Island type of track, but on like the Donkey Kong Country Island. So, you could have Donkey Kong music in the background. It'd be kind of like the same idea, but you're driving like Donkey Kong Country themed. So that's my idea. So the next track on my wish list, brand new. It's a nitro race, nitro track, Donkey Kong Country themed. There you go. And then the next one on my list is 3DS. Okay. And the next track I have here is Rosalina Ice Worlds for the 3DS. Yes, I actually, even though this was a wild card, somehow I predicted this one. Nobody predicted it. Oh my god. Also, sorry if this is absolutely terrible quality, but I have absolutely no other way to capture this footage from my 3DS. So this is how it's going to be. Anyway, 3DS Rosalina Ice World. It's a pretty fun track. Pretty unique track from the 3DS, I'd say, stands out. But no one really predicted this for the Booster Course Pass. Like, it's just funny because now we know that it actually is in Wave 6. But it was such a wild card because there wasn't supposed to be any more 3DS tracks anyway. Like, according to the prefix leak, there was not supposed to be any more 3DS tracks. So, very strange, but pretty cool that this one was actually featured. Like, this part here, like, it's has elements of Mario Galaxy in it. Like, you have Rosalina's, like, Comet Observatory there that we just passed, and there was like a planet in the background there too. Like, that's from Super Mario Galaxy. So this has a little bit of Mario Galaxy kind of mixed into it, which is pretty cool because that's one of my favorite Mario games. But yeah, it's actually a pretty cool track. I think you can go in the water here too. I did not actually expect this to be part of the Booster Course Pass. Like I said, like no one really. I think I heard a couple people throwing this out there, but it was more like a wild card. No one actually thought that there would be a 3DS track in the final wave. Yeah, it was totally out of the blue. So I'm surprised that this one actually did get in. Like, I'm shocked that I actually got this right. And this wasn't even like a proper prediction. This is just a wish list. If I made like an actual Wave 6 prediction video, and I took into account all the leaks and stuff, I would not have included this track. Like, no way. So yeah, pretty funny, I think. Oh. I hope this is turning out okay. The quality. I know that this isn't ideal, but it's pretty hard to capture 3DS footage. Like, you need like a I don't know. I don't even know how to use. You need like a special piece for it or something. Like, it's not simple. It's so hard to apparently to actually capture 3DS footage. Apparently, like, you need to like mod your 3DS. I don't know. So yeah, it's a good thing I don't play a lot of 3DS games on this channel. Oh my god. If Lakitu passes me last night, oh, I just used my tail, my Tanuki tail on him. Anyway, the next pick here, so the third track on the Spiny Cup, part of my wish list, Bowser's Castle, N64 Bowser's Castle. And oh, there's Marty in the green thwomp in the cage there. That's Marty. Anyway, now everyone's like hoping, and they were right, that the Booster Course Pass would end with Mario Kart, like with the Wii's Rainbow Road, or any Rainbow Road, but particularly the Wii's Rainbow Road. And we actually did get Wii Rainbow Road to end the whole DLC. Just kind of made sense. Like, you have, okay, come on, get out of my way. It's a great track. The last track in every like special cup is always like a Rainbow Road, like to end off the game. So I guess they wanted to do that for this DLC as well. They also did that in Wave 3 with Mario Kart 7's Rainbow Road. Yeah, I'm not doing too hot here. Anyway, but for the most part, there's always a Bowser Castle right before the Rainbow Road in the Special Cup. So in Mario Kart, like, I think it was different on the N64. I think the Bowser's Castle is in the Star Cup, but like the last number of Mario Kart games, like Mario Kart 8, 7, DS, Mario Kart Double Dash, the Special Cup, the second last track is the Bowser's Castle, and the last track is Rainbow Road. That's kind of how it always goes. So since, everyone wants, Rainbow Road to be the last track of the Booster Course Pass, and since that's on my wish list as well, like the next track is the Wii's Rainbow Road, spoiler alert, I thought, well, I gotta have a Bowser's Castle for the second last track to lead up to that, since that's kind of the idea. Which is something that Nintendo also did, because as we now know, not only is the Wii's Rainbow Road also the last track of the DLC, but right before that track is SNES Bowser Castle 3. So they even followed that rule. They put a Bowser's Castle before the Rainbow Road, which is kind of cool. But for the sake of this wish list, even though the SNES Bowser Castle 3 is pretty popular, with the leaks and everyone predicted it right. Like, a lot of people were predicting SNES Bowser Castle 3. Even though a lot of people were predicting that, I actually already used Bowser Castle 3 from the SNES in one of my videos. It was I don't know if it was either Wave 4 or 3. It was a while ago. But I already used that one, so I couldn't pick it again. Unless your name is DS Airship Fortress, I can't pick the track for a second time for the wishlist videos. This was one of my favorite tracks though, back on the N64. It's such a, like, I don't know, I think it's a great Bowser's Castle. You like inside and outside. It's more simple than like the newer ones. Like the newer Bowser Castles are like, you have like, there's usually a giant like Bowser statue either punching you or throwing fireballs. It gets crazy, but this is a really great one, I think. Alright, and here we are, the final track on my wish list, concluding the Spiny Cup and the entire DLC, Mario Kart Wii's Rainbow Road. So, this might be one of my favorite Rainbow Roads. The 3DS version's really good too. But the Wii Rainbow Road holds a real special place in my heart. It was always so tough too, this one. There were so many sections without guardrails, and especially back then when I wasn't like as good at video games, like when I first played this game as a kid, I died on this track so many times. Like this track was so hard. I mean, I'm a little rusty as I play right now, but I'm not as, like, I'm at least I'm staying on the track for the most part. Ooh. I used to struggle so hard though in this one, but this is such a special Rainbow Road. I don't know. I think the Wii, like the Nintendo Wii, is just such a nostalgic console for me. Like it's probably my favorite console. Like looking back at it, just all the games that were on there and where I was at that point in my life. I think the Wii and all the games that came on the Wii, I think that part of my childhood, like, is just the most nostalgic for me, you know? And Mario Kart Wii was definitely part of that. Super Mario Galaxy was 1 and 2 were a huge part of that. Those Galaxy games were incredible growing up. They were absolutely incredible. Still some of my favorite games, actually. I love Galaxy. They gotta make Galaxy 3, man. I hope that's the next 3D Mario. I love how they... Oh, I was too fast, apparently. I love all the star bits that are in the background. That's literally a reference to Super Mario Galaxy, since they both came out on the same console. I'm in last place. Not doing too hot. I mean, I'm playing on 150cc. I mean, I used to be. I mean, at first, I know I'm contradicting myself when I say like I used to be really good at this game and at this track. Like at first, I was really bad at this track, and well, maybe it was just okay. In general, like I was pretty good at Mario Kart Wii growing up. Like I got really good. I played it all the time. Kind of like how I am now with Mario Kart 8. But you know, years away, you kind of like I said, kind of get rusty. I don't know if I was ever like super good at this track. Like this was a pretty intense track, especially on 150cc. So after this comes out, because as we now know, this actually is the last track in the DLC. There's how many Rainbow Roads? Oh my god, it happened again. There's 5 Rainbow Roads in Mario Kart 8. So you have Mario Kart 8's Rainbow Road, and then you have the N64 and the SNES Rainbow Road as part of some retro like tracks in the base game. And there are 2 more Rainbow Roads in the DLC. One was the Mario Kart 7 version that came out last year, and now it's this one, Mario Kart Wii, which is going to come out next week when Wave 6 drops. Oh, I know I said that I thought that there was a lot of the DS tracks were remade, but there isn't as many DS tracks in the Booster Course Pass as I thought. I was really thinking of the Wii. Almost every Wii track is in Mario Kart 8 at this point. Because there was already a lot of Mario Kart Wii tracks in the base game. Like I think every cup, every retro track had one. But in the Booster Course Pass, every wave has had at least one Wii track. And Wave 6, we already know Daisy Circuit is, well, they announced Daisy Circuit a while ago, so that's what I mean by we already know one is Daisy Circuit. But since they dropped the whole trailer and the whole wave way earlier than I thought, we also know the other one for sure is Rainbow Road. So Wave 6, 2 Wii tracks. So let's actually take a look at that, because I'm actually really curious. Yeah, Mario Kart Wii had some pretty good selection of tracks, I would say. So the 16 tracks for Mario Kart Wii, let's take a look here. Luigi Circuit is not in Mario Kart 8. Moo Moo Meadows is in the base game. Mushroom Gorge was in the DLC. Toad's Factory did not make it. I think Toad's Factory is going to be Mario Kart 9 and like get a crazy remake. That's my hope. Wii's Mario Circuit was not. Coconut Mall, yes. DK Summit, yes. Water Gold Mine, yes. It's in the base game. Daisy Circuit, yes. After next week. Koopa Cape, yes. Maple Treeway, yes. Grumble Volcano, yes. The entire Star Cup from Mario Kart Wii is in Mario Kart 8 now. Because in Mario Kart Wii, the Star Cup is Daisy Circuit, Koopa Cape, Maple Treeway, and Grumble Volcano. All of those are in Mario Kart 8 now. Because Daisy Circuit, Koopa Cape, and Maple Treeway are part of the DLC, and Grumble Volcano was in the base game, Mario Kart 8 base game. And then moving on to the Special Cup, Dry Dry Ruins, no. But Moonview Highway, yes. Bowser Castle, no. And Rainbow Road, yes. So out of those 16, I lost track. So Moon Meadows, Mushroom Gorge, Coconut Mall, DK Summit, Wario Gold Mine, Daisy Circuit, Koopa Cape, Maple Treeway, Grumble Volcano, Moonview Highway is 10, and Rainbow Road is 11. So 11 of the 16 tracks from Mario Kart 8 are in from Mario Kart. We are in Mario Kart 8. 11 of the 16 tracks. So that's crazy. That's 68%, 68.75. So you can round that up to 69. A good old 69, or round it to 70. Like, most of the Wii tracks are in Mario Kart 8 because of just the sheer number of DLC tracks. I mean, in total, there's going to be 96 tracks in Mario Kart 8 after next week, which is crazy. Anyway, that's all for me for today. I just wanted to get out a quick Wave 6 wishlist video based on my selection of tracks that I made before the trailer came out, just because that's what I've always done. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I won't be able to do the Mario Kart week leading up to the final DLC, because it's not sustainable for me right now. I have way too much going on in my life with school and everything else. I have so many deadlines coming up. It's crazy. I'm going to be doing homework all weekend. But I'll do that. I will do a dedicated week in December. It'll be proper, and it'll be well done, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So look forward to that in a little bit. Anyway, for now, that's all. If you're still here, thanks so much for watching to the end of the video. Hopefully I'll see you again next time, and have a great day.